Taylor Swift has a new album, The Life of a Showgirl. We're going to react to that now. We've already done one song, The Fate of Ophelia, but what does a mental health professional think of this? You about to find out. Without further ado, join us on Patreon for the full unedited version of this album because it is fully unedited over on Patreon, the VIP tier and above. Let's get this thing going. Taylor Swift, we've already heard The Fate of Ophelia, loved it. Story of her, Travis Kelce, beautiful. I was a guy who didn't think this thing could work, but it seems like they are defeating all odds, and I'd love to be able to say I'm wrong, and I'd love to be able to say congratulations, Taylor and Travis, TNT. Second song up is Elizabeth Taylor. Did she have a reference to this in the last album?
Elizabeth Taylor, do you think it's forever? That view of Portofino.
Elizabeth Taylor had like, I don't know, 7 husbands or something. Is that kind of a reference to that?
I cry my eyes violet. Elizabeth Taylor, tell me for real, do you think it's forever? Number one, but I never had to. And I can't have fun if I can't have be my and wild when Hollywood hates me. What could you possibly get for the girl who has everything and nothing all at once?
Yeah. This is really, I think, extremely truthful in a world that she lives in. What could you possibly get with a girl who has everything and nothing all at once? Because you can have everything and feel like life's not really worth it. This really doesn't do it. You can go to the finest hotels, the finest restaurants, you can travel to the greatest places. But you know what? Especially with love, if you don't have what really makes you feel loved and cared for and whole, that forget it. I mean, it's just very hard. And babe, I would trade the Cartier for someone to trust. Just kidding. I would, 100%. To have the relationship of a lifetime, to be able to have the bond, the trust, the connection, the vulnerability, the passion, the connection, trade everything. And family's that way for me too. Like to have the family that I have, I would not trade that for anything. I would not take anything for that. It's just not worth it. And I think until people really see that, they don't get it. Because most people think perfect relationship or like the perfect connection or attachment or soulmate or really, really best friend you spend life with is unattainable. But money you can grab. So interesting she says that.
Money is hot as your last hit, baby. Been number one, but I never had to. And I can't have fun if I can't have diamonds. Elizabeth Taylor, it's the papers on the screen and in their minds. All my
Interesting song. You know, that's a little poppy beginning. I thought was pretty cool. I like it. I love the message in that, honestly. I love somebody saying, you know, I realize you're different. I realize you're someone that I really want and need, but kind of really hard for me just to totally attach. So I'm talking very plainly. Like, I'd just cry my eyes out if I didn't have you. It doesn't have the passion and intensity of it. It's more poppy beat. I love that part of it. But realizing, man, it's really hard. It's easy to get diamonds and it's easy to get lovers. It's hard to find someone that looks at you like they're hypnotized. If you've ever looked at someone like you're hypnotized because they just mesmerize you, or if someone's looked at you like they're hypnotized, you know that feeling. And so I think that's the most vulnerable piece of that song, that can she look at him that way? And can she trust that he's going to stay? And can she trust that he's going to protect her heart? That's the big question.
I had a bad habit of missing lovers past. My brother used to call it eating out of the trash. It's never gonna last.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know she had a brother. She has siblings? I didn't know that. Oh, y'all, can you just get this? As a therapist, I kind of relate to this just with the clients I work with, y'all. I work with so many clients who struggle with so many relationships. Either I can't get out of one I know I should get out of, or I can't stay in one because I keep screwing things up and I just can't keep it together. And then looking back constantly, like I say, reflect on the past, don't dwell in the past. Don't dwell in the past on relationships. That's what this is. I have a bad habit of missing lovers past. Don't dwell in the past. It's like a rear view mirror in your car. Like, look, but please don't just sit there and stare in the rear view mirror. You're going to get in a wreck going forward. So work really hard to concentrate on what's in front of you. But you want to reflect on the past. Like glance, see it. It's okay. It's okay to miss people. It's okay to, because any relationship you've ended, you're bound to have had something, even a small thing that was good in it at one point. And you want to have that in the relationships in the future. Like if I have the perfect relationship, I have somebody who's fun and somebody who's exciting or somebody who's able to just kind of lay around and chill or somebody who's able to be spontaneous, or you take bits and pieces. But that's a great line. I had a bad habit of missing a lover's past. My brother used to call it eating out of the trash. Like, I think that is brilliant. Create some food poisoning there.
Now the sky is open. Oh, oh my Lord, never made no one like you before. You had to make your own sunshine, but now the sky is open. All of the foes and all of the friends have messed up before, they'll mess up again. Life is a song, it ends when it ends. Move on. But shelter here with me, my love. Thunder like a drum. This life will beat you up. Oh, oh, oh. This is just a temporary speed bump. But failure brings you freedom, and I can bring you love. Don't you sweat it, baby, it's alright. And now the sky is open. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh my goodness, what a good song. I really like that. I love the beat in that. Just the upbeat. It's talking about relationships, and sometimes relationships that are hard to make work, you know? Dancing through the lightning strikes. You know, you gotta be able to kind of weather the storm and keep on going and do your best to like dust yourself off and keep going through it. But I do love the way that she could put that poppy beat, that upbeat, to be able to dance through it, even when there's times of struggle, even when, you know, things aren't going the way that you want it to.
I'll be your father figure. I drink that brown liquor. I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger. This love is pure profit. Just step into my office. I dry your tears with my sleeve. Leave it with me.
Taylor, I didn't expect that at all. Where'd that come from?
Devil because my dick's bigger. This love is pure profit. Just step into my office. I dry your tears with my sleeve. Leave it with me.
Is this, I don't even know what the story is. I just imagine it being a story of somebody who, I'll take care of you. I'll make it work. Like I can just leave it to me. I'll make the deals. You know, it'll be great. Trust me. And then I'll give you everything you need. But then it's all about money. It's all about, you know, getting something from using. It's about using. Real protege, a real mentor wants that person to have everything. Is not the one that's going to want to take shortcuts. It's not the one that's going to do anything. I don't know, man. It's like the whole deal with your, you know, my thing's bigger and I'll take care of it kind of thing. Well, she can take care of herself. I don't know. I kind of wondered about that.
You had to get rid of me. I protect the family. I was your father figure. We drank that brown liquor. You made a deal with this devil. Turns out my dick's bigger. You wanna fight, you found it. I got
This is interesting. So it's her turning around in the end saying, I'm actually one with the bigger thing because you made the deal with the devil, but you want to fight, you found it. Somewhere somebody's crossed her, and this is the father figure piece. Like, you told me I could trust you, and you acted like you were like a father figure, mentor, protege. You were the one who was the leader here. You're going to take care of me because you love me, and it was all about love. Yeah. Family. Nope. That's funny. So she comes in like, this is how it really turned out.
Whose portraits on the mantle? Who covered up your scandals? Mistake my kindness for weakness and
Woo! kind of turned the tables around there. You remind me of a younger me, you know, where I had potential, could possibly be somebody. And there's potential, but you screwed the pooch. You did things wrong, and I don't play that way. That's very funny. I like the way that played out. Very cool.
Everybody's so punk on the internet. Everyone's unbothered till they're not. Every joke's just trolling and memes. Sad as it seems, apathy is hot. Everybody's cutthroat in the comments.
Yeah.
Every single hot take is cold as ice. When you found me, I said I was busy. That was a lie. I have been afflicted by a terminal uniqueness. I've been dying just from trying to seem cool. But I'm not a bad bitch, and this isn't savage. But I'm never gonna let you down. Pretty soon I learned cautious discretion. When your first crush crushes something kind. When I said I don't believe in marriage, that was a lie. Every eldest daughter was the first lamb to the slaughter. So we all dressed up as wolves and we looked fire.
I will say one thing that's very interesting, just from different artists I've had contact with, and also different people who've either been in profile or had a lot. There is something, you know, there is something different when you're constantly in the limelight and you're I know famous people, you know, that's part of doing business. That's what you put yourself out there for, is criticism, ridicule, comments, the good and the bad. There's an element of being in that lifestyle that it gets hard to take after a while, because it is hard to realize that all of these people, actors, musicians, artists, athletes, whoever they are people too. They are human. And sometimes we don't treat them as human. And it's interesting. The only tie I don't get is the eldest daughter. Every eldest daughter was the first lamb to the slaughter. That I don't know if that's the one that kind of we practice on, and we just don't know what else to do. And so you are different with the other daughters that come after. I can't place that piece, but there's a lot of truth to this. And the reality is, I think there's a part of Taylor that she just wants to be a regular person, but she can't. I mean, when you've come this far and you've become this big, can't be normal anymore in a way. And I think she just wants to live a normal life, but it's just almost impossible to do.
Ferris wheels, kisses, and lilacs, and things I said were dumb. 'Cause I thought that I'd never find that beautiful, beautiful life that shimmers that innocent light back, like when we were young. Never gonna leave you now. I'm never gonna leave you now.
I do like that melody. I like the melody mainly because I grew up on country music, and that sounded like a pretty cool little Tim McGraw, Faith Hill kind of song with the guitar and the piano. I just like that. I like that melody there. Woo!
Glistening grass from September rain.
Woo!
Gray overpass full of neon names. You drive 85. Floors underneath my feet. Disco ball makes everything look cheap. Have fun. It's prom. Wilted corsage dangles from my wrist. Over his shoulder, catch a glimpse and see you looking at me. And it was not an invitation, but as the 50 Cent song played, should've kissed you anyway. When I left school, I lost track of you. Abigail called me with the bad news. Goodbye. And we'll never know why. It was not an invitation, but I flew home anyway. Was not
think sometimes we need to understand. Sometimes people feel like, yeah, I should have done that. I should have gone for it. I should have tried. I should have whatever. Kissed you anyway. But sometimes it's not your place. When people tell me like, yeah, I got caught up in the moment and I just kissed them or we just had sex or whatever and I had an affair or whatever, or slept with somebody and they're married or any of that. Those are choices. And sometimes you got to sit back and read the room and say, is this right for me to do? Like, is this in good character? Is this in who I am and want to be? Because always remember, when you do something that crosses a line in a relationship and you stop being a friend and you try to cross the line and do something else, especially if that other person has a relationship like in this story, that's the character you're creating. And by the way, if you ever do that, just remember if that person would kiss you while they're or have sex with you while they're with somebody else, they're just as likely to do it with you if y'all are together. So you want to make sure you stand in good character in relationships. And am I being the person I'd want everybody else to see me as? Would I want people to see me acting this way, talking this way, living this way? That's it. I know that's a lecture, but that's the mental health piece of why people come into my office and, struggle with relationships or why things aren't working right. And I'm like, well, how are you living in this relationship? And, how are you communicating and how honest are you being and how much are you trying and blah, blah, blah.
I heard you call me boring Barbie when the coke's got you brave. High-fived my ex and then you said you're glad he ghosted me. Wrote me a song saying it makes you...
Break. Actually romantic. Taylor, come on, man. Who is this about? I thought she's like totally happy now and like it would be all good vibes and loving it.
Actually romantic. I really gotta hand it to you. Ooh, no man has ever loved me like you do.
Ooh, good drums.
Love you in a long time, but you keep sending me funny valentines. And I know you think it comes off vicious, but it's precious, adorable. I think I'm tacky, baby. Stop talking dirty to me. It sounded nasty, but it feels like you're flirting with me. I mind my business, God's my witness that I don't provoke it, but it's kinda making me what? Oh, 'cause it's attention, romantic.
I don't know what to say. There's going to be a lot of people that don't like this album because it doesn't have, not saying me, but I think there's going to be a lot of people say it doesn't have the pop, the flair, the pizzazz, just the flash of maybe a typical Taylor Swift album. And then second, I think, at least from what I know about her, she kind of pushes the envelope a little bit or crosses the line a little bit. I mean, look, I listen to all kinds of rap music, so I can hear different lyrics that are intense. But for her to talk about the big D, to talk about being wet, just, I don't know. It just feels to me like she's, and I don't know if these are old songs. My question are these songs, because I know artists write songs all the time, and so they might pull them out of the vault and like, this was something I actually wrote 7 years ago and I just decided to release it. Or are they songs she's writing now in the life she's in? Because if it's current music, then I'm thinking it just doesn't sound like a typical album of hers. And I'm interested in the language. I'm interested in what she would say about pushing the envelope. Like, how do you feel about, with your audience, especially with young women, how do you feel about just having some of those words and lyrics out there for young people whom you influence and how they take it? I don't know. But I grew up with all kinds of stuff, so who knows? Let's go.
They want that yacht life under chopper blades. They want those bright lights and Balenci shades and a fat ass with a baby face. They want it all. They want that complex female character. They want that.
Is this talking about a guy that the guy's wish list? They want like perfection. They want everything. They want that yacht life under chopper blades. Be able to have helicopter, be able to have a yacht. They want those bright lights and Balenci shades, big butt with the baby face. They want it all.
I just want you. Have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. We tell the world to leave us the fuck alone, and they do. Wow, got me dreaming about a driveway with a.
Is this her typical? I mean, I don't know with all the albums she's done. Is this her typical? She'll throw in all these different words. Is that a typical Taylor thing? It could be. But the second part of this that she's led into is I really just want family, life, normal, be married, have kids, live on a cul-de-sac, neighbors, friends, the basketball hoop, you know?
Settle down, got a wish list. I made wishes on all of the stars. Please, God, bring me a best friend who I think is hot. I thought I had it right once, twice, but I did not. You caught me off my guard. I hope I get what I want, 'cause I know what I want. I just want you.
You know, I like the message and paying attention to what do you really want? Because sometimes we really want that, but we don't say it. We don't put it out there. We stand, tough, shield, protection. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't really want that. People tell me all the time in my office, I don't really want to settle down. I don't think I really want to be married. I don't think I really want anything long term. I'm like, that's bullshit. Sorry. That's crap. Like, come on. Where does that come from? Like, where were you taught that in life? Where did you figure that out? And inevitably, it comes from past relationships, past trauma, past situations. And we get to dive into that. That's the great piece of therapy. And inevitably, all those people end up saying they do want it. And they go find it. If they work hard enough on themselves, they can do that. What does would mean?
Forgive me, it sounds cocky. Ties me and open my eyes. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs. Girls, I don't need to catch the bouquet to know a hard rock is on the way.
I've just lost all hope. This has done me in. Taylor, I love what you do. This is pushing the envelope. For me, this is pushing the envelope. I was all good with knock on wood. Now it's like, nope, you got the wood. You got to get the wood. You got to take the wood. It don't matter about the bouquet because I got a hard rock coming. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I ain't got to knock on wood. I know it sounds cocky. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key. Wink, wink. That opened my thighs. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs. Girls, I don't need to catch the bouquet to know a hard rock is on the way. Curse on me was broken by your magic wand. Seems to me that you and me, we make our own luck. New high manhood. I ain't gotta knock on wood. On that picture we seen on a falling star. Never did me any good. I ain't got to knock on wood.
Yeah, okay. That's one way. You can do it that way. I mean, for me, if that didn't have that vibey beat from the 70s of the Jackson 5, I probably wouldn't have wanted to listen to the song. But why didn't y'all tell me? Somebody's got to warn me. My wife's not going to be happy about that song. I can tell you. Was that just for fun? We've hit a whole new low at this point. Wood. I should have known it. I should have known it. Can we get into something else? Canceled. Okay, we go from wood to being canceled. Well, I see why now. I see why you get canceled. Can we do cancel? Y'all said that's so good. Worst song on the album? I'm going to be the judge of that. Canceled. Taylor Swift.
Something wicked this way comes. Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like with matching scars.
What is this about? They're the ones with matching scars. Your friends are the ones who've been through the same thing you have? Oh man, I don't know.
But if you can't be good, then just be better at it. Everyone's got bodies in the attic, or took somebody's man. They'll take you by the hand, and soon
It's like, let's come downstairs with us. Like, come down in the dirt with us. And I don't know what that's saying about it. Like, maybe just everybody said this about me, so it is kind of what it is. And so we'll just wear that. And I don't know, man. I think I may not be reading that one right of just what it is, but kind of pokes at the canceled stuff, which I think is kind of stupid, all the canceled stuff anyway. But, you know, the idea that, oh, well, you know, people are going to judge, people are going to point fingers. We need to stop pointing fingers so much, honestly. Hey, honey. That's what I say almost every day to my wife. Hey, honey, how's it going? I love that. Maybe it's an endearment. Maybe it's a sweet song.
you can call me honey if you want, because I'm the one you want.
I do love that. You know, that's how I feel about my sweet wife, Jill. Man, my honey. You can call me honey if you want, because I'm the one you want. That's so true. Oh, I love you.
You can call me honey, sweetheart. It was passive aggressive.
Yeah.
At the bar, and the bitch was telling me to back off, cause a man had looked at me wrong.
Not your fault.
If anyone called me honey, it was standing in the bathroom. White teeth, they were saying that skirt don't fit me.
Oh, it's like,
Whole
hey, honey, you know, trying to flirt. Honey, that skirt don't look right on you. It's all demeaning. It's all condescending. You can call me honey because I'm the one you want. But all these other honeys I've heard in my life, and this is important. This is important for women to understand. Know your worth, know your value, and have somebody in your life with you that absolutely believes in that worth and value and treats you that way without you ever having to ask. That elevates you, that holds you up on that pedestal to make sure that you're protected, that you're cherished, that you're honored. Please know that, because you got to know there's two different ways to say honey.
redefine all of those blues when you say you can call me honey if you want, because I'm the one you want. I'm the one you want, honey. When anyone called me sweetheart, it was passive aggressive at the bar, and the bitch was telling me to back off, cause a man had looked at me wrong. He looked at me wrong. If anyone called me honey, it was standing in the bathroom. White teeth, they were saying that skirt don't fit me, and I cried the whole way home. But you can call me honey if you want.
I love that. I really love that. I thought that was probably my favorite song on the album at this point, because it's an endearment in a relationship, that there are different ways people can say one word or phrase to you, and it can mean two different things. It can be demeaning and degrading. It can be uplifting and honoring, and a term of endearment. And so it's real important to know that just because you've heard these negative things in your life doesn't mean you deserve that. It's real important, I think, for women to know just because you've been treated a certain way doesn't mean that's what you deserve. And it's so critical. This is the final song. Oh, it's over. The life of a showgirl.
Her name was Kitty, made her money being pretty and witty. They gave her the keys to this city, then they said she didn't do it legitly. I bought a ticket, she's dancing in her garters and fishnets. 50 in the cast, 0 missteps. Looking back, I guess it was kismet. Hey, thank you for the lovely bouquet. You're sweeter than a peach, but you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never ever gonna wait. The more you play, the more that you pay. You're softer than a kitten, so you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never gonna wanna.
This is something. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. You see it, it's glamorous, it's glorious, you think it's amazing. This person says this is not all it's cracked up to be, and maybe you're never going to know that you're too good for that, or you don't deserve that, or that's not for you. Not in a negative way, but this is not all it's cracked up to be.
Your dad was a menace, the baby of the family in Lennox. Her father whored around like all men did. Her mother took pills and played tennis. So she waited by the stage door, asked the club promoter arrive. She said, I'd sell my soul to have a taste of a magnificent life. It's all mine, but that's not what showgirls get.
Yeah.
They leave us for dead. I took her pearls of wisdom, hung them from my neck. I paid my dues with every bruise, I knew what to expect. Do you wanna take a skate on the ice inside my veins? They ripped me off like false lashes and then threw me away. And all the headshots on the walls of the dance hall are of the bitches who wish I'd hurry up and die.
This is really some. Does this mean she actually became that amazing showgirl and just put everybody else to shame and became this famous person? I'm immortal now, baby dolls. Couldn't if I tried. So I'm going to die. I'm going to live forever. This is a really cool build up. I kind of really like this song.
Now I'll make my money being pretty and witty. Thank you for the lovely bouquet. Thank you for an unforgettable night. We will see you next time. Give it up for the band and the dancers, and of course Sabrina. I love you, Taylor. That's our show. We love you so much. Good night.
Wow, what a great way to end a song. I cannot believe that. That was a phenomenal way to end a song there. And an album, but especially a song and a concert. To be able to end a concert with Sabrina Carpenter coming out and the two of them singing and her thanking everybody and thanking Sabrina and just to have that to me would be a really cool ending song to a concert because it's upbeat, never give up, don't give up on your dreams. You can be whoever you want to be. I know it's hard. I know you sacrifice. When you want success, you have to sacrifice, but you can do whatever you want to do and hold on to your values and morals, principles, who you really want to be. You can be that glamorous person. You can be that showgirl. They are examples of that to me. So I thought that was really cool. That was a really cool ending to an album. The Life of a Showgirl. Loved this album. There are bits and pieces that are different to me of Taylor Swift, but I'm not a Taylor Swift expert. And there are parts of her that I love, I adore. And it's fun to see. I love listening to new music. I love listening to Taylor Swift anyway. Remember, it's not real therapy, just Tom breaking down Taylor Swift. If you want help, check the links in the description. Leave your comments. Join us on Patreon for the full unedited version of this album because it is fully unedited over on Patreon, the VIP tier and above. Go check that out when you get a chance. And remember, mental health matters. We'll see you on the next Reaction Therapy.